Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. Brace yourselves for just a second. I'm going to attempt something I haven't done before, and it is this. This show is brought to you by Rest in Peace Paranormal Gear. I really hope you're suitably impressed. I was going to do like a wahaha to go along with that announcement. And then I thought better of it because the one thing I don't want is to annoy our sponsor. Anyone who's old enough to laugh at a Wayne's World reference, go right ahead. Hi, everyone. My name is Inbaal. I'm broadcasting at you live from right here in the UK. We are live on the Bigfoot Outlaw channel, coast to coast and around the world. This is your home base for all paranormal, esoteric programming, and more. I have what I think is a lovely topic to chat about today. But before I jump into my topic, let me pop onto the messages and see who we've got here. We've got Twisted. Hello, greeting everyone. We've got Georgianne. We've got Mary Bailey. We've got... Sorry, the thing is a little faster than me. We've got Lorna. Hi. Hi, everyone. And for any new viewers, please join us. Please laugh along with us. Enjoy what we do here. This is a lovely family for everyone. And, oh, goodness me. Everyone, please welcome just to the comments at this stage, Michelle Ann Tarot. Say hi to Michelle Ann, guys and gals. Michelle Ann, with a little bit of luck, will one day soon be my wonderful guest on here. It's not tonight because, as you can see, as I can tell you, I'm barely even ready. Behind the scenes, pulling all the levers and pressing all the buttons is our producer, me. So if anything is a little clunky or doesn't fit, or when I put the sponsor on and you can still see my shoulders behind, it's because I'm doing my best, and I know that you know I'm doing my best. We would love to hear your paranormal experiences. The whole channel is chock full of everything esoteric. But my topic today, what I'd love to discuss with all of you, is how you fly your freak flag, how you allow yourself to be as beautifully weird as you can be. And there are two reasons that I wanted to talk to you about it. One is a bit of a show off. One is a joke that if you don't get it, we can't be friends. So I'm going to start with the showing off. Incidentally, hi, Errol. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Mary. Incidentally, I haven't apportioned like specific times for readings. So if you want to have a little reading, send in your question. It'll come in the regular comments. If you're watching me anywhere live that's not on our Bigfoot Outlaw YouTube channel, I can't get your comments. So if you want your comments to show up, or if your comments to come to me for your reading, come to the Bigfoot Outlaw channel and comment under the video, and I get it right up here on my own screen at home in the UK. So yes, so the first thing is a bit of a show off. I don't know if you know. If you follow me on anywhere, you definitely know because I've been showing off about it for a week. But if you don't, this is a totally mainstream magazine in the UK. It's actually for the over 40s women. So some of you might not even be within the demographics. And just inside the front cover, it's me and my children. And this, to me, is such an unbelievable dream come. And my husband, sorry, he stuck his head. Yes, he is also here. Very important. There he is, looking dashing. So for me, being part of like the weird gang is, you know, is amazing. Of course, I fly my freak flag loud and proud. You want to know who am I? Witchy. And what do? I witch. Just sitting around witching all day long. But so appearing in like esoteric magazines and paranormal publications is amazing. But I really feel like when we're able to, not me, but as a community, when we're able to fly our freak flag in the mainstream, it's not even the Halloween issue. When we're able to fly our freak flag in the mainstream and be out there as, you know, as unusual people, that is very exciting. To me, it's very exciting. When I sort of had the very first TV job that was not paranormal, when I was on Steph's Packed Lunch and I was there as just a person, it was so mind-blowing for me because I haven't been just a person. I've been, you know, kind of a front figure for tarot readers and, you know, kind of a esoteric community representative on TV. But that was kind of the first TV job I think that I did as just a regular person. Now, for me, being a regular person was so, you know, I know it sounds dead boring, but being a regular person was almost fetishistic in how exciting it was. Lorna says 2-page spread. No, it's one page. One page. The other page is a travel offer for Sicily, I think. It's one page, but it's one page in, look, the headline actually says, the school moms have no idea I'm a witch. I would say a little bit of creative liberty there. The school moms have every idea I'm a witch. In fact, one of the other school moms is an author. It's that kind of school. One of the other school moms is an author, and she came in to read from her children's book. And she said, you know, has anyone heard of witches? Has anyone known a witch? And my 9-year-old, pictured here at 7, stood up and said, my mom is a witch. So yeah, totally. Ooh, NB is here. Hi. So yes. So I wanted to talk about sort of, you know, flying the freak flag and who your peeps are, who the people are that you're most comfortable with, who do you feel like you can be sort of totally yourself with. So that was kind of the one thing that I wanted to talk about. And then when I was kind of fishing around to find fun things to share with you, I thought, wow, if I want to explain just how loudly I fly my freak flag, you want to see one of my old props. So I wouldn't obviously refer to actual tarot cards as props, but this is a deck where each and every card is a death card. And that, hi Crystal, hi Michelle. And I used to be part of what we called like a comedy clairvoyant outfit. And each of us had, you know, like really weird props. And to be honest, I thought that would be like really hot for parties, but it turned out that people just wanted to book regular readings for parties, which is still, you know, really fine. But I photocopied if you recognize this is the Marseille deck death card. I photocopied it, laminated it, sprayed a little bit of gold on the back, didn't catch too well. And I would do those parties with the death card, and I'd be like, you know, what would you like to ask about? And people will be like, what they always go in parties, oh, as long as the death card doesn't come up. And I'd be like, oh, what are the odds? Wait, you've got 2 of them. Wait, you've got 3 of them. So this is the joke that I said that if you don't get this joke, we can't be friends, because I obviously thought it was hilarious. I laughed, full disclosure, I laughed about that joke a lot more than anyone there. What I want to know about is Chartered Institute of Freaks. Some more disclosure, that comment is from my husband over there. So I'm really surrounded. I've got Nassim here. I've got Michelle Ann here. I've got the love of my life here. Wow, that's very exciting. So from you, what I would like is similarly unhinged stories. Did someone locally realize that you're into something strange? Has anyone come and tried to exorcise you? Has anyone, Michelle says the video where the Grim Reaper got the death card. Is that your video from an event that you did? Hi, Latro, Ginny Wild. Very good. Hey, Dave in Austin. Hi, Latro. So anyone that's got a good story for us, please share. Also, we will have a reading a little bit later with NB. Now, because I'm on my own here, sort of putting the levers and everything, as I said, what I've got to do is to send NB, what do you call it? A message to get into the studio. So, NB, if you can send me, I know we're on the WhatsApp, but my WhatsApp is on a separate phone. Oh, Michelle Ann, if you've got the video of that freakish thing, and if you own the rights to the video, I wonder whether I'll be able to play the video. Can I play videos on this? Twisted says, Inbaal, you're doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Twisted. You're doing a fantastic job in reminding me things that need to, how things need to work out and what we need to say. Also, obviously, like and subscribe. See, I'm on top of things. So, NB, if you're listening, send me either an Instagram message or oh no, I can't get into my Instagram because I'm broadcasting live, or a messenger message. Let me see if I've got it in my messenger, because I want to do the demonstration reading that I promised you, and that will be a lot of fun. Let me see if I've got you in my messenger. Let's see. I got nothing. So let me see how to send it to you. Let me try and email it to you. Sorry, as you guys can see, it's not as easy as it looks. Where do I find invite? There we go. I've got a button here that says invite. Copy. Right, NB, I'm sending you an email with your link to enter the studio. And if you press it, yeah, definitely have your email address. Studio link. If you press it at about past, we'll have a fabulous tarot reading with everyone watching. Inbaal, you can post it in the chat for MB. Well, I don't want to put the link for going in the studio so that everybody can go into the studio. So, so we're keeping it private. So has anyone got a fun story for me about how you fly your freak flag? Latro says, nice recognition in the mag. Thank you so much. It's kind of a revamp of an old story. So when I was 10 years ago, when I was kind of new here where I am, and no, NB, if you don't want to be seen, then we'll just use your voice. We don't need to use your face if you're uncomfortable. 10 years ago, somebody who I knew here, a journalist, did a little article about me and my same husband and my then 2 children in the Daily Express. And it was the school moms don't know I'm a witch, and at the time they didn't. I was very new here. One of my children had just started school, the other one was still at nursery. So that was, that was really exciting, and it was sort of being in a daily paper. And since then, I've been in this sort of daily paper a lot. But in the past few months, she said, would you like to redo it? And I was like, yeah, let's do it, with like, a new photo and a picture of all the children. And it was just kind of representation. So this is again a message from my husband about flying my freak flag or finding your tribe. And he says, I'm thinking of that 2007 engagement party with a bunch of terrified civil servants and accountants in one corner of the pub and equally terrified witches and psychics in the other. Yeah. So at the time, and pretty much since, almost all of my friends were witches and psychics. I think there were a couple of people there who were kind of on the fringes, but the vast majority were witches and psychics. And my husband was kind of new in England at the time, so the majority of his friends were work friends. And he works as a civil service accountant. So that was his friends. And those two groups of people in the pub were like water and oil. They went a little bit past each other, like on the way to the bar, but none of those spoke to any of these. It was a great party, but everybody except for the two of us was terrified, and we kind of formed the glue that kept people together because, I'm like an equal opportunities chatter. I'll chat to anybody, and same goes for him. Twisted says, I practiced for a while, but just now coming out with my craft, right? I love the fact that you're coming out. Do you wear anything that sort of makes you identifiable, recognizable? Do you have any like little rituals, maybe out in the woods? So in order to take this picture, which, by the way, this picture, in order to take this picture, which was taken, by the way, by my 14-year-old daughter, who is just now doing her GCSEs in, or just starting to learn for her GCSEs in photography. I needed to get all dressed up and stuff, to look nice for the picture, and then to go to the end of the road, and we had like builders fixing our garden from the one side, and we had like the neighbors on the other side, and they're like, "Oh, you're going to a costume party?" And I'm like, "No, I'm really not." No, I said I've got to take a picture for a thing. So Crystal sounds like she's got a good story coming. She says, I think I might have told you this story before. Maybe me, but tell everybody. Go right ahead. I once, a very, very long time ago, did a magic course in a shop in London. And the guy teaching there used to wear a 5-pointed star, which is kind of standard issue, witchy pentagram necklace. And he said that very, very often, very, very frequently, people said to him, I didn't know you was Jewish. It's in London. And his answer to people would be, can you count up to 6? In his accent. It was hilarious. Latra is saying, is that Jazzman? I don't know. And Lorna says, would love to see you on here as a guest, Twisted. I would too, as a psychic guest, as a person receiving a reading. Speaking of, I have got my tarot cards here. So if anyone wants a reading, it's not just the death, not just my death deck. I've got the death deck as well, but I've got my Thoth deck as well. So Crystal says, in the Bahamas, one of my husband's family members was irritating me. I was upset and a swarm of fishes slapped her in the face. Her husband said, that was you, right? Yeah, and I'll bet it was as well. I'll bet it was exactly you. That is brilliant. If anyone else has got a fun freak story for me, go ahead and share yours. Um, in the meantime, let's have a little analysis of the death card and why we're not scared of the death card. So we've got, I'm going to pull up the Thoth death card, but I've also got the Rider-Waite death card not too far from here. So first of all, the death card in the Thoth has got the very typical scythe, the very typical sickle of the Grim Reaper. And we've got the kind of skeleton, bare bones. And we also have a lot of things in different stages of decay. What we also have is the sign of Scorpio here. Scorpio is a sign that loves the afterlife and esotericism. And we also have the letter Nun. Nun is an old word for fish. And indeed, we have fish here and snake and a scorpion for Scorpio. And what this card represents is a change, but not a change like moving house or changing job. This card represents a change on the inside. So when you're like, you know, out of the goth phase or into the goth phase, it would be if your identity was impacted in a big way, or if you have a big talk with yourself and decide that you're going to be nice from now on, or the opposite. Do not, no more Mr. Nice, Scorpio. Twisted says, yes, pentagram with black onyx crystal. Love that onyx. Huge herb apothecary and altars inside and out. Right. So your freak flag is, you know, cleaned, neatened, and ironed. It's stretched in every way. Little Twisted says spiritual changes, right? For the death card. Who else here is visibly over on the dark side? Some of us are kind of undercover, and I'm in a sort of in Facebook group that's specifically for alternative Jewish people. And so there's a lot of, it's not just witches, but there's like a lot of goths there, a lot of people that are into metal, and a lot of people that kind of look it. And they do a selfie Sunday and a throwback Thursday where people put up their, you know, the selfies, obviously. And on a Sunday, I'm generally sort of on a family outing looking like a mom of four. And I always feel, when I upload my picture there, I always feel like such a fraud because I do not look alternative on a Sunday at all. And there's all these people who look really alternative all the time, all day. And I always go, you know, I'm not really looking very alternative, but I will have you know, I'm a witch. Twisted says, my neighbors think I'm a freak. That's fine. That's really cool. That's really cool. I hope they wish they were you. And Twisted says, I think you have to experience the dark to see the light. I think so. I think it's important to like appreciate the possibility. So Twisted says, I keep it hidden. What about my chums in the UK here? Laurie, are you undercover or are you sort of out and about? Michelle Ann, I know that has a completely sort of different vibe of alternative. Lorna, are you out in the open? Latro, you tell me. So yeah, let me know, you guys. And Michelle says, well, you may look alternative, but your Sunday look is alternative to your witchy side. It really is. It really is. So on a Sunday, I don't really take any pictures. And my idea of a good Sunday is one when all the children are alive and mostly, unharmed at the end of the day. And that takes a lot of focus. That takes, hair up, leggings. Twisted says, my neighbors all come to me for healing. I wish I was your neighbor. I used to have a neighbor who was very in the broom closet. Yeah, very in the closet about her healing. And thankfully, she sort of crept out of the broom closet and gave me a lot of Reiki healing when I was trying to fall pregnant, and it wasn't really very easy. Let's just sort of go through tidying and household stuff. So, if you're new to the show, go right ahead and follow us here on the Bigfoot Outlaw channel. Make sure that you've got your notifications switched on, and make sure that you're on top of everything we're up to. If you're watching right now on our LinkedIn or on my YouTube or on our Twitch or on my Instagram, and you want to get involved and you want to send messages like Hannah just did, hi Hannah, then go right ahead and jump on to the Bigfoot Outlaw YouTube channel where it all happens. We have got a sponsor for the show. I'm going to put on the layer and read out the sponsorship so that you see how we've got it together. Oh, I still left the comment on. Wait. I can do this. This show is brought to you by Rest in Peace Paranormal Gear. There, I'm very proud that I did it like this. So now you know everything you need to know, and we can go back to chatting to everyone. So NB said, I have symbols of protection all over the house from places I've been. The most interesting to people, which they never comment on, is the 12-inch golden penis from Bhutan, where they have them on 4 corners of their home. I love that. How exciting. And Shawnee, my husband, says, I'm seeing a merch opportunity here. Fantastic. Yeah, the two of you should really have a chat because you're a Sagittarius and he's got Sagittarius rising. And that will be the conversation all day long. Michelle Ann says, why is it called Bigfoot Outlaw? So, originally the channel is for Bigfoot hunts. Is it hunts? It's for Bigfoot researchers. So Grizz, who runs the channel, is a Bigfoot researcher and paranormal investigator. And his little nickname is Bigfoot Outlaw, and it's a nod towards a history that he may or may not have had in perhaps law enforcement, not that I know. So yeah, it's just an original name. My friend Crystal says, I don't hide it. My house is full of witchy things. And you're even using your real picture in your avatar, looking beautiful. Twisted very kindly put my my details there. Contact Inbaal and follow her on her website, inbaal.com. I actually have, I don't mean to, to sort of push my wares here, but I actually have a brand new course that I've got at half price until the 1st of November, so at half price for spooky season. And it is a spells and manifesting course at an absolute bargain price, 21 lessons, all by video, all with me. And Twisted, these are brilliant. We should save them. has got a nice sponsor link that says Rest in Peace Paranormal Gear Facebook with the link. Thank you so much, Twisted. I would say you're like co-producer, but you're certainly doing a better job producing than me. So NB, who has a way into the channel, doesn't want her face on because she's in her pajamas. So if you want to do if you want to get some questions answered, go ahead and just send them in the comments. Go right ahead. I could read for you with the deck of death or with the deck of not death. And let's also show you the death card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So it's a fascinating card. I get very excited about the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is, it's not my main deck. It's very much my secondary deck. I'm a Thoth girl through and through, but the death card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is just phenomenal. It's got a lot of nods to other cards in the deck. There we go. So first of all, right, this is the death card. We've got a very typical Grim Reaper on a white horse. Yeah, so we're starting from like very, very traditional. We've got this white rose, which I think people are surprised to hear. This white rose on a blue background is actually the symbol of the county I live in, which is Yorkshire. So I think that's fascinating. And what we've got going on here, so we've got the priest begging for mercy. We've got the children. There's a small child who's handing a flower to death. We've got a king and his crown has already fallen. The king is no more. We've got the little girl here who is on her route to being no more, and she's got a garland on her head. Now, the crown is something that we have repeating throughout the tarot, in the kings, obviously, but even in the tower, we've got the crown kind of falling off. The flower, the rose that the lily that this child is holding, and the roses that they've got in their garlands is a symbol, the lily and the rose, that goes through the tarot. But for me, the most exciting thing is those towers here. So first of all, Pamela Coleman Smith, who painted these cards, apparently had a thing with towers. Other artwork that she has have towers as sort of quite a big theme. But here we've got the two towers that we also see in the moon card. And those two towers in the moon card represent kind of the end of the road. But here they have a sunrise behind them. So this kind of harks back to the tower, the moon, the sun card. And also we've got an interesting thing here with a red feather. So we've got the red feather on some other cards. We've got a red feather on the happy little baby in the, sorry, I'm going to pull out all the red feathers, on the happy little baby in the sun card. We've got a fluffy red feather on the fool. Look at that. Fluffy red feather on the fool. Fluffy red feather on the little baby in the sun card. And a very decrepit red feather there. Now you're asking what's on his leg, Twisted. I don't think there's anything on his leg. It's a suit of armor. So I don't know if you mean his knee that's got like the bulgy thing from the suit of armor, or the spurs that he's got here, and the very, very masculine pointy shoe. So we've got MB coming in. So it looks to me like your camera is off. So just keep the camera off. I'm putting you side by side with me just so that I have you, but don't switch the camera on. So over here, boys and girls, we have MB. I wouldn't even know how to put a picture instead. So let's just roll with that. Can you hear me? Can I hear you, Naseem?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Let's do this.
Oh, how great. That's wonderful.
Amazing. So obviously we know each other mostly from sort of client and psychic, but also we've known each other, goodness me, it must be more than 10 years. It must be a lot more than 10 years since I lived in London. 15 years?
I think last time you looked, it was 15 years ago, but that must have been 2 years ago.
Right. Yeah, because we've actually been in this house 14 years yesterday, and then we moved away from London almost a year before, and I remember sort of email readings from London. So yeah, so 17 years. But obviously every question is different, every reading is different. So what would you like to know about? What shall we look at?
So I have a new business plan in my mind. Do you think it will be successful? And it's significantly smaller than what I was thinking before.
Let's have a look. So I dropped a couple of cards.
Well, that's significant too, isn't it?
It is a little bit, but I'm just so aware there's a camera on me. So my focus in picking the cards was not to flash, not to flash the innocent viewers of the Bigfoot Outlaw channel. So let's have a look whether this business is successful or whether it needs change. Look, the business is going to be successful anyway. It's going to be successful anyway because it says that it's creative and you've been itching to get into some creative stuff anyway. It also says that it's got two very, very strong markets, two very strong markets that don't kind of mix with each other. So you can market it very well to one demographic and then another demographic. So so it's successful anyway, but I would add to it some more written marketing. So I don't know if at the moment you're relying on word of mouth or specific platforms, but it says that more written marketing will bring more people to you. Because it's a smaller business than what you're used to, then you're relying on a larger volume. So it doesn't there's not too much marketing that you could do. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you can mentally cope with, keep pushing it forward. It says that it goes perfectly with your star sign. In fact, the card that you've got for it is the Sagittarius card, and isn't it gorgeous? And it says that if you wanted to bring one extra person, there is room for one extra person in there. And that means to me that there is going to be more money than what you need. Sorry, enough money to sustain two people is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Are you doing it side by side with your regular business?
No, I'm doing it instead of, because the councils try to kill people. So not literally with guns, but the licensing for rentals, they're so strict that it's just driving all the small landlords out. They just want to deal with big corporations. So I'm not that, so yeah.
Yeah. So let me take 3 cards that will hopefully provide provide some guidance. So it says that the business that you're doing, you can take it internationally. So don't be shy. Don't be shy to expand. And it says that there is a way that you can market it to either mums or families, something in that, something in that market. So there's a lot of scope, a lot of directions that you can move forward with. Yeah, is that all right, Nassim?
Yeah, I want one more because I'm greedy.
Yeah, no, go for it. No, I think it's good for people to
What
see like a demonstration, because that's really what a phone reading would be like ish.
Yeah. What year does he come to live with me? Now, you know, but yeah, what year?
Yeah,
Tell me numbers.
you know what? It could
Oh my
even
God,
be
don't say never.
this. No, it's not. No, it's the opposite of never. The opposite, exact opposite of never. It could even be this year. So he's not going on logic. He's going on vibes. We like people that go on vibes. We like people that go on vibes because vibes are easier to influence than logic. So he's going on vibes, not on logic. And if you hit his vibe at a right angle, you can have him here in, it says 2 months. 2 months is this year. 2 months is winter. I was going to say winter equinox. We don't have one of those. Winter solstice. 2 months is winter solstice. You could be spending Christmas with him. It's just a matter of focus. Now, if you want this, can you focus? Because I'll tell you why. If you don't quite decide and don't quite engage it to bring him in, then you're going to be like, okay, it'll just happen when it happens. But he needs that push or that pull. It's not going to just happen by itself. It can't happen by itself. So you either do it now or you do it another time. It's your choice. I say do it now because I feel like, why delay? And it literally says here, the sooner the better, not just better for you. It's for his own good. You tell him from me that I said it's for his own good. So it could even be before Christmas. I've got goosebumps when I'm saying that. It could even be before Christmas
That's amazing.
if you just catch his vibes the right way.
Oh, you know,
Go
I can
light a pink
focus.
candle. Go light a pink candle.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Thank you so
Do
much,
it.
Inbaal.
Mwah. It's a
Thank
pleasure,
you.
Nassim. Thank you so much. I'm going to take you off
Take
the
care.
screen, but you can keep watching. Right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I saw that a few of you were wanting readings. So I'm starting with Aral, who says, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I hope so. Who just says, can I get a reading? Let's have a look at a little message for you. Oh, right. It actually shows you kind of trying to decide between living your life, holistically, creatively, or between sort of going more logical, more sensible. And you know what this says? It says you don't have to choose. You can be both. You can study and, make jewelry or whatever it is. You can do the intelligent thing and the creative thing, and you can be both. Nobody gets to tell you that you have to choose one or the other. So let me know, RL, if you were trying to figure out who you were, because I tell you, you're everything you want to be and more. And then I saw a message come in. Oh, so Michelle Ann says one of the queens also has a red feather, I think. And then she ran to the cards and says it's the Queen of Pentacles with 2 red feathers. Let's find her. Queen of Pentacles, 2 red feathers. Queen of Pentacles, the one stroking her tummy. Oh, those are feathers? I always thought they were wings. So she's got that, golden snitch on her crown, and there's 2 little adorable red feathers. I thought they were wings and that they were more connected to the wings that we've got on the, I mean, obviously, this, you studied it more than me. So you say feather, it's a feather. But I thought it was like, the red wings, right? The red wings here, the red wings in the 2 of Cups, red wings. And Who else has got the red wings? Not the devil, who's got the bat wings. Oh, we've got something that's like a feather here on the page of wands. There we go. Red feathers on temperance. So yeah, I thought she was from that tribe. How interesting. Chan's Juicy Tarot, right? Saying, hi, how do I get a reading? So you can ask a question, or I can just sort of do some cards for you, like I did. Didn't somebody else ask for a reading? Like I did for Aral. Let me see that I haven't missed anyone, because I thought somebody else had asked for a reading before. But yeah, guys and girls, go ahead and send your request if you'd like to get involved. Chance, I'm waiting for you just to reply whether you fancy just a few cards or if you've got a question that you want to do. And thank you, Crystal, for sending a question saying, I'm just curious how the rest of the year will be. I miss your readings. You're always spot on. Thank you, Crystal. Well, you know, I'm always here, and there's going to be more going on here. There will be more. So rest of the year for Crystal. Right. There's money coming in, a bit of adventure. Are you planning to go on like a little jaunt, like a little holiday in November? But it says that despite there being more money, more adventure, blah, 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 it's actually going to feel quite peaceful. So it's interesting, because I know just from knowing you that peacefulness is really important to you, and it doesn't come easy. So I feel like you're going to feel more at peace, more at one, and you're going to feel stronger. And the fact that there's more money coming in and the fact that there's more adventure is almost secondary, because it's your peace that's really important. Michelle says, oh, it's interesting, Inbaal. I like the wings too. I do. I like the wings. I like symbolism of wings really, really a lot. I've actually got wings tattooed on my back. But in the tarot, I love the depiction, the representation of wings, you know, even the dove. Yeah, all the birdies. I like how birds, you know, symbolize freedom, and yeah, but you know, obviously the feathers and the wings are practically the same thing anyway. Twisted says, just a thought, 68 is a powerful ritualistic number, and Friday is 68 days left in the Georgian calendar. Great day to manifest. Is we're coming into the time of Samhain, the time of Halloween, and it is such a good time for manifesting. So we've got Friday for the 68. I don't know that 68 is a ritualistic number. So where do we connect it to? Tell me. I know 40 as a good number. I know obviously like the angel numbers, but I don't know about 68. So I'd love to learn more. And then during Halloween itself, during Samhain itself, we say that that's the time when the veil between the worlds is the thinnest. So Halloween is a great time to do readings for the year ahead. It's not just like a witchy invention or a, you know, Christian invention. Halloween is the Celtic New Year. It's something that is pre-Christian, is something that belongs to the ancient world, and as such is, you know, already awesome without any effort. So it's a great time for doing readings to figure out how your next sort of year, Celtic year, would be, you know, 1st of November till 1st of November. And it's a great time for manifesting. So if you've got Friday, you've got the Thursday after, I say, you know, take the whole week off, manifest every day. Get your candles on and go with your increase your psychic ability. Get a bit of justice from the universe. Get more justice from the universe while you're at it, and banishing of course. Why not? Um, and Twisted says also Sun goes into Scorpio tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Oh, thank you. I think I've been saying all day that it's today, so that was that was incorrect. Never mind. Um, let's see. So Chance hasn't got back to us. So what I'm going to do is take a few cards, Chance, just in case you listen to it later, or just in case you're in my Instagram DMs right now wondering where your reading had gone to. So this trio is for Chance Juicy Tarot, who wants to know how to get a reading. And what we've got here, Chance, it says that it's not been easy for you, that there's been a lot of people trying to take advantage of you. It really says mentally, like draining you, making you feel a little bit less, making you feel less capable, making you feel less welcome. And it says that you're doing your best to stay in control and to be strong, but it is not easy because you feel like you've not got anyone to rely on. So we're wanting to talk about, flying your freak flag today. And if you are an alternative person and you're surrounded by very regular people and they don't see your fabulosity, that absolutely can be challenging. And maybe you want to be surrounded by slightly more alternative people who can see you for all the wonder that you are. Let me know one day if that makes sense. Twisted says maybe today where you're at in Bal. Yeah, I don't know. I think doesn't the whole planet go into Scorpio together? We might be a few minutes apart, but not necessarily. Twisted says 8 is infinity too. Yes, 8 is a fabulous number. So we actually have the infinity symbol in the Magician, haven't we? And in Strength. Let's have a look for the Magician. We are having fun with tarot. Oh, we've got the infinity symbol here. Very big in that Mobius strip going through the middle. We've got infinity coming up any day now. Let's see whether the Strength or the Magician will come up first. Of course, nobody's coming. There we go. We've got the Magician with the infinity over his head. In some decks, those infinity symbols then kind of transform into a hat. But I love that the infinity symbol in the Rider-Waite-Smith is very simply an infinity symbol. It says, save your hat. Save your hat, people. We're just fine as we are with the infinity. Twisted very kindly says, thanks, Inbaal. You're so much fun and I learned so much from you. Thank you. I learned so much from you. So now I've got it in my mind to figure out what's the mystical meaning behind the number 68. But yeah, here we've got the trio of infinity. Sorry, it's backwards. Infinity, super infinity. Very, very exciting. We've got time for one last reading if anyone wants to jump in, and then I'm going to start wrapping up and have yet another word from our sponsor. See how that goes. Let's do our sponsor now before we start wrapping up. Let's see how oh no, I know what I did wrong. So I want to take off the comment first, right? Because earlier the comment stayed on. Kathy, it will be you as soon as I'm back from my commercial break. Kathy, it will be you, and Kathy's reading will be the final one. This show is brought to you by Rest in Peace Paranormal Gear. Loved it. Right. So let's go into the comments and do the final reading of the evening. Crystal says, thank you so much. I have been feeling that travel is coming, and I have been feeling money coming as well. Peace is 100% what I have been working on. Yes, you know me well, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, Crystal. Thank you. Kathy says, I will jump in if possible. Absolutely. So let's find a lovely message for you. And your message tonight brings almost the Trinity. So it says, finances are stabilizing. Keep doing what you're doing. Romance is stabilizing. Keep doing what you're doing. Your mental state is not stabilizing. Stop immediately what you're doing. So if you're using every last shred of focus that you have, keeping your finances in check, keeping your personal relationships in check, to the point where it's making you unwell, I don't know if it's worth it. Do you see what I mean? Having all of this and not having that, there's got to be more of a balance. So I would say reprioritize, make sure that your own personal strength, that your own personal mindfulness come first, and then work on the other things, because money comes and goes, love comes and goes, but how you feel within yourself, that is like number one. So yeah, let me know, Kathy, if that makes sense. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. Thank you for spending your lovely time with me and my death deck and my copy of a mainstream magazine with my face in it. I will see you next week. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for joining. Kathy very quickly says, perfect. I know exactly what you mean. Me first. Exactly. Right on. Thanks. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Twisted says, fantastic show, Inbaal. Thank you so much. I love hearing from all of you. I will see you next week. If you're looking for me in the meantime, you can find me on my Instagram. Don't go to any of my imposters, but you can find me on Instagram at Inbaal Psychic. Have an amazing week. Enjoy the long nights.